Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a mini Nintendo Switch for your BJD doll. I showed this mini Switch at the end of my previous BJD makeup video and some of you requested that I make a tutorial for this too. What's special about my mini Nintendo is that you can actually change the game that's on the screen. I found some pictures of the Lavender and Mint Nintendo Switch online and I put it on a page with some screenshots of my favorite games. Using Photoshop I added some bleed around the edges so that there's no white edges when I cut it out. You're going to need some cardboard, a craft knife with some extra blades, a metal ruler, and some scissors. You also need at least 2 copies of this design. I'm going to cut out the back side of the Switch first to get the sizing of the cardboard correct. Carefully cut the curved corners. Put it on a piece of cardboard and gently trace around it with a pencil. Spread some glue on the cardboard covering the area that you just traced. Attach your paper. While you're waiting for that to dry, you can cut out the front part of your Nintendo Switch. Trace it out and glue it onto a different piece of cardboard. I glued some black paper onto the opposite side of the back of the Switch. Now I'm going to cut it out. I couldn't quite figure out a good way to do this, but somehow you need to round out the corners. Cut out the front side of the Switch. Cut out your screenshots and glue them onto cardboard. So these are all the scenes that I chose. Can you guess which games they're from? Remember these colored blocks at the side of my design? Well, I cut out a strip that was the exact thickness of my cardboard and glued it around the edges of my screenshots. This hides the cardboard and will make your Nintendo Switch look a lot cleaner. The next step is really important. Use some Mod Podge or clear varnish and brush it over your entire screenshot. This is going to protect your screenshot from the resin, which is going to go on top of it. Let's return to the front part of your Switch. Cut off the Joy-Con controllers from the center panel. I've cut out all the main parts and tested that my idea will work, but it still looks pretty rough around the edges, so now we're going to clean up all the edges with our extra printout. I cut out these extra controller designs and used my knife to score around the outside edges. Fold over the edges. Now after you glue this on, it's going to cover up the cardboard sides of your Joy-Con controllers. We're on to the final stretch. You're going to cover your screenshots with UV resin, spread some over the surface, and use a toothpick to spread it out. Cure it under a UV lamp or in the sunlight. Here's the main part of the console. I used some more strips of lavender, black, and mint paper to seal up the edges and make them look more clean. I used some sticky putty to temporarily stick it onto a scrap piece of cardboard so that I can spread UV resin over the surface. I'm doing the back first and then the sides with UV resin. Here's the finished Switch! For a more realistic finish, I sprayed the controllers and body of the console with a matte spray, then used UV resin to gloss just the buttons and joysticks. Making this took longer than I thought, but it paid off because now my doll can enjoy lots of different games. I used a similar method to create this mini phone for her. So what did you think of this tutorial? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. I have lots of other BJD tutorials on my channel that you can check out. My next tutorial will be how to make any size BJD eye, so stay tuned for that video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.